So what is the equivalent of the duckies' midnight margaritas? Noodles. Oh, we want the noodles. You want noodles? Who wants noodles? Now, I can only do this with, I need 2 hands to do this. Well, okay. So, I can at least give some with 1 hand. Oh, yeah. Hang on. No, noodles. Hey, kitty cat. Catty. Good girl. No. Now they're just plain boiled noodles. Hang on. They're plain boiled noodles. They don't have anything added to them. This is wheat and flour, really. And they're cooked really well. Oh, what have we got? Who wants noodles? Did someone say noodles? Ooh. That's all right, you say. All the boys are like, what about me? I'm coming. Sometimes Luca will go and sit in the middle of the water bucket to stop anyone else eating the noodles. Oh, yes. Oh, noodles. So noodles are a treat, but I also use noodles as a way of administering stuff at times, like nutritional yeast or brewer's yeast, basically vitamin B, medicine if I need it. Oh, the boys are like, oh, me. Hang on, honey. My apples. Hang on, kitty cat. What's that? I'll get you some. Good girl. The other thing too is because it's mushy, soft, and it has a lot. Frigid, do you tip your water over your monkey? It's easy to digest for them. If they're having issues of any sort, like Catherine is overall, then basically noodles is an easy thing for her to eat and have her energy up. She does eat other things, of course, but she'll never knock back a noodle. It's easy for it to go down her throat. My boys have had noodles as a treat since they were little. When they were ducklings, I went through the whole eating duckling mash before going, duckling feed before going on to mash, and then pellets. So there's 2 types of feed you need to give ducklings, and when they hit a certain age, you change the feed, and once they're no longer ducklings, they've developed their curly whirls, their vocals, and definitely they're boy or girl. By that time, it's time for eating the big grown-up stuff, which is basically the same kind of pellets that geese and other waterfowl consume. Never feed ducks chicken feed. There's things added to chicken feed generally which are not good for ducks. Also, the nutritional profile of chicken feed is meant for chickens, not ducks. My little Malamute. He's a good boy, being patient. Yeah. These 2 boys, they're brothers. They've grown up together. Born together, grown up together. And, at first I thought I'll have 3 ducks and that will be it. 2 ended up being boys, 1 girl. Do duck math, you need more girls. I was not going to separate the brothers. So I created a lot more work for me myself than I needed to. But idealistic wise, I just didn't want to separate the boys. And they're very much like Goose and Maverick from Top Gun, the way they operate together. Sometimes I have to tell them off, Frigg especially, because he's the alpha. And, he doesn't let Fawn have a go sometimes, and it gets a bit much. But overall, they're very sweet. They really do look out for each other. And yeah, I'm glad I've persevered and, you know, kept the brothers together. This is their sister, Freya. Oh, honey. Oh. I'll get you some eggshells next. So basically at night they get a treat of noodles. No. The other treat I give them as well is crushed eggshells. My ravens like to eat the duck eggs. And I give them the boiled eggs, and so does my maggies. And in my backyard, they take it if they want it. If not, I give eggs to my chickens because they need the protein. They're laying, especially, so they need the protein. And then I give the dried eggshells back to the ducks. They love it. It's good for their digestion and also calcium. They need the calcium because they lay. And when I give the girls eggshells later on tonight, I give the boys rolled oats. Girls, they used to love rolled oats when they were younger. Well, Freya, I should say, and sooner. But not so much now. You two boys, are you nipping? Mr. Flint Fireforge. You're not winning any friends like that, puppy. Don't make me put a barrier up here, or I'm going to have to move this off. Yeah, I'm just going to move it to the girls. Mr. Flint Fireforge is protecting the two apples. You're such a sweetie. Oh, my beautiful boy. I love you. So yeah, I give rolled oats to the boys. Something you got a note, free tipped out the water, so I've got to refill it. Hang on, Fawn. Is that the boys will often, when the girls eat during the day, they'll let the girls eat and they'll stand there. They won't eat. They'll let the girls eat first. Talk about having their priorities. They want to make sure the girls get their food first. But often that means they don't get everything they need. You know what I mean? So one thing that I do in giving them oats at night, it kind of ensures they get that extra bit of good carbohydrate, the minerals they need, whilst the girls get the extra calcium from the eggshells. The boys don't need it, of course, they're not laying eggs, so they don't have the deficiency, or they don't become calcium deficient like the girls would. But overall, they all need vitamin B. And in the morning, when I give them a noodle treat, I actually mix quite a bit of vitamin B in there, be it with nutritional yeast or brewer's yeast, and or crushed up tablet of vitamin B, niacin, B3 especially. And then they eat bugs and everything during the day, and then they have their specific duck feed. Sorry if it's really dark in here. It is. I mean, I've got the lights on, but it's still pretty crappy in here. Hey, puppies. But anyway, I thought I'd share the shenanigans. Bella over there looks like she's dropping a tail up and down. She wants to lay an egg, so she'll be laying an egg tonight. You know, when you really spend time with your ducks, any animal really, but, you know, I'm just saying ducks, you really start to learn all their cues, their interactions, different times of the year, different personalities, little quirks, and you know when something's off or when something's changing and something's happening, and it's valuable. It really is valuable. They're really not animals that you can just stick in the backyard and forget about and then think she'll be right. They need more interaction, observation and TLC than that. I'm going to fill up these boys' bucket of water since Mr. Freak tipped it out. I'm also going to move this over to there, close the gap, and basically you stop this one for sticking his head over and having a go. Mr. Fawn here. Can't wait to have the boys together, but I'm not going to rush it too soon. We can take our time, can't we? But I've got to get Catherine on the mend. She's on the mend, but, you know, completely. I don't want stabilised only. I want fixed as much as we can, know exactly everything that's going on, what's going on. Scanning's going to be needed for that. Same dealio with Suna. She's stabilised. but we need to see if there's anything else we can do with that hawk, or at least have a management plan, especially come winter, and managing her pain levels with that disabled leg. Anyway, blessed be Mary Part. I thought I'd share my duckies excitement. I'll go get some more water. Hang on, puppies, and I'll move this over too. Yeah. But I thought I'd share their noodles. I've done some recordings of when my 3 first duckies, these 2 brothers and the sister Freya, were growing, and yeah, you can see them eat noodles sometimes, and their feed and mash, and it's been a big adventure the past 3.5 years now. Shit, 3.5 years old they are now. Wow. Anyway, blessed be Mary Part, my apples, and my ladies. Hello, my beautiful girls. Hello, sweetie. Oh, Tiggy Winkle. I know, you're just a young'un, aren't you? You're beautiful. Another thing I like to do too is I do add some calcium powder to the drinking water of the girls at night, because they usually lay eggs overnight, and that way I can ensure they get what they need in doing that. The last thing I want, and what I'd like to try and avoid, is any egg binding, any difficulty in passing eggs. So the way I do that, part of the way I do that, is by ensuring they have the nutrition they need. Anyway, yeah, so often if you have a shell-less egg, things like that, it can indicate that there's a deficiency of calcium overall in their diet. And you just don't want that. They can die from being egg-bound. It's quite serious. And, because they've been domesticated over so many thousands of years to be the way they are, hormonal stuff, therapy, I mean, if I have to, because someone is injured and they need a break from laying eggs in order, then maybe, but I'm concerned with that when it comes to the risks. Like, how do you know? I used to bodybuild professionally, and I never did the drugs, but I knew a lot that did. And it's like, when you mess with your hormones, most of the time the people I know that did, later on in life, they almost always had cancer of some sort, so I'd like to see more research, because it seems like it's quite recent that became an option. But I mean, look, if you really have to manage your birds, if they're killing each other sort of thing, then you got to do what you got to do. It's not like there's so many people out there that can take in ducks or even chickens and do so, giving them everything they need and the care they need. You know what I mean? So anyway, blessed be Mary Part. I'm going to turn the light off, get some more water for the boys since they've tipped over their bucket. I'm going to move their bedding closer to the girls here. So Mr. Flint over here, he doesn't be a little cheeky bum. He's only protecting the 2 girls. And it's Bella and Catherine. Oh, my apples. The silver apple yards. Hello, puppies. No, Sigrid. Siggy's pumping her tail a little bit. Not pumping, she's ready to lay as well. Anyway, I'm going to let them be, turn the light off, get some water for the boys, and move them over. Yeah. Blessed be and Mary Patch. Baby.